one about or thereabout. Now, before we concentrated on that name, we had to clear with the RI, that's Rotary International. But then when we communicated to Rotary International, they like kicked us.
If we were to listen on that one.
Out they said, no, you can't be sitting in Kampala and call your club. Some originators say Old Rotary Arch Club of Kampala Arch Club. So those ones exactly knew what to do. So we had to clear with those clubs like Port Bell, clubs like even Masaka, clubs like Entebbe. So these ones had to clear us over that. So when they cleared us, we were chartered in 1991. The club took off with about, I think, a membership of about 32. We had lady members, which was not very common to other clubs, because originally ladies were called inner wheelers. Yeah, they were called inner wheelers. But then with us, we took them on right away as Rotarians. We started traveling to the islands because we wanted really to see the island being raised, because by those days transport was really a hurdle on the islands. Among the core duties that we undertook was getting life jackets for the islanders, our fishermen and the like. We also came up with a library whereby, we got books from kind people from the United States, from Europe, and then these books helped our schools in the islands to, pick up. Today, we are boasting of a club of actually nearly 100 members, and the membership right now does not necessarily composed of islanders. We've actually even had a German one time. We had a German who came up to be even a president. We too have got some other clubs, a club actually created on the islands, which is our baby. And then some other small clubs from schools, of rotractor clubs from schools. So today, if I were to talk of how proud I am, certainly I am very, very proud, because the club from where it started to today is just, you can't believe it. Very bright young men that we have, young men and women that we have today, they are really keeping us, the old stock, on our toes. However, they still respect us, and we like staying together with our young people. So I think that's the much I would I would like to say at the moment.
Welcome, members, to this fellowship. What a way to start it with our charter secretary. Welcome. Can I hear hello, hello, hello? Hello. Hello. Yes. Can I hear from?
Hello.
Machindi?
Hello, hello, hello.
Yeah, that's Machindi. Namgongo cohort.
Hello, hello. Hello
from Namgongo. Good to hear from you.
Yenga. Hello. Yenga.
Yes, welcome, Sam. Can I hear from Entebbe cohort? Okay.
Hello, hello.
Yes, Entebbe, welcome. Can I hear from Northern, from Jikoni?
Still on the way going.
Northern. Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Just checking on my cohorts, and from here, Kulambiro cohort, we have Rotarian Daido and Rotarian Barbara. Hopefully Nila will join us. We're glad to have all our guests online. And
I'm on my way, President, in a jam.
yeah, no worry, we are here in Kulambiro waiting. Yes, we can start the fellowship. Glad that you could join us this evening, and we hope you're ready. I'll hand over to North Namgongo cohort. Please, welcome. This is your month.
Thank you very much, President. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Oh, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Rotarians. Good evening, our guests, Rotaractors. I don't know whether I'll have interactors. I'm going to take the prayer and then the loyal toast. President, for what we have received and what we are about to receive, may we be truly thankful and ever mindful of the needs of others.
Amen.
And can we toast to His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, to our motherland? Can we toast to our motherland?
It's okay.
To our motherland.
Yes, thank you, P.E. Justin. Thank you, members. That is Namgongo cohort, where our PE is making the Rotary norms from. I guess they're gathering at Zebra Sport, and we are glad you can lead us through this month of community and economic empowerment or development. We thank you, cohorts who have led before. I'm excited about the cohorts that have not led. I hope you'll lead us into the next month. Our business today is state of the club address. And I'm glad that you can be here to see how far we've gone. And right about now, dive in there. I hope we are ready to see what we have done so far. I would like to request that we listen attentively. I'm going to run through this. After this, the treasurer will take us through, and then we'll see what happens thereafter. Thank you for joining us. Yes, this is the Rotary Club of Kampala-Ssese Islands, our guests, and we welcome you. Thank you for joining us. All these Changemaker presidents, thank you for joining us. Yes, we'll start right away. Look at what we have done so far. Some goals may not appear here, but we're basically saying in the first quarter, this is what we have done. And we thank God for all this. And you members, thank you. Yes, today is basically the 99th day of since we started. And if I may tell you where we started from, if who remembers our first fellowship, yes, it started by us promising what we're going to do, and we rolled out the board, and they greeted you, promised, and now here is the time for us to see what we've done. I know tomorrow will be the 100th day, but it's worth saying that the first 100 days, because by end of today, we'll be already in tomorrow. So this is about the club. It was chartered on 29th of May 1999, as you saw the video earlier. And we are 30 years. We are celebrating 30 years. So this is we are calling it Ssese at 30. The whole year we're calling it Ssese at 30. And those are some of the members, amazing group of people there. A happy lot. Yes, I'll start with membership. Membership, 96 members, active members, partly 38 female and 62 male. I guess we can make that better. The onus is on us to invite more ladies to close that gap. It's 3 honorary and 27 serving beyond the club. Yes, members of this club, I would like to appreciate you for serving beyond the club. It's good. And in that service beyond the club, at the top of the group is our DGN, who is serving beyond, and the rest follow. We have AGs in there and other members serving in various areas beyond the club. This was a time we were celebrating our AG, rather our DGN in Ssese Islands. Before that, we were celebrating the AG with the district governor and the DGE, and past district governor Stephen joined us. And these are our past presidents who joined us to celebrate that. And later on, we went to Ssese to do the same. Yes, let's look at what our goals have been and our strategy for membership and what we have achieved. To start with, we have a team of guests, about 14, who we are scrutinizing through the tools of the club to see how best to bring them on board. The process is taking shape, and I believe we're going to get better Rotarians. We try to support our daughter clubs, and with this, we reach out to all the baby clubs. We try to join them in their fellowships. We, particularly Rotary Club of Kampala-Ssese, we support them by hosting them online. And then Rengo, we support them by hosting online. The rest of the clubs are sustaining themselves online, but we usually just join them. And some good enough have adopted to our cohort system. They have joined our cohort system, like Rotary Club of Kila is joining our northern cohort usually, and others are trying to embrace that. Yes, as part of the creating an online membership quality check, we have an app. We opened an app. This app is called the Rotary Club of Kampala-Ssese Islands. If you went to the Google Play Store, you would find it. Members are logged on here, and this app helps us to capture data, which data can be used to check the quality of the members. And this is ongoing. In addition to that, we engage our members. It has not been easy, but in this lockdown, we have used the cohort system to engage members. The cohorts are basically about 20 members of a group residing in a particular area, and it has helped reach out to each member through the cohort heads and the systems that are there in the cohorts. As you hear, I'm asking members where they are, and they are in cohorts. They are meeting somewhere in cohorts. That has helped us engage our members, because one of the goals is retention, and we have tried to achieve that. Yes, service projects. This has been busy, really. Has been very busy, and recently we reached out to Ssese Islands. This picture shows some of the work we did, and the dispensing table as you see it, with some Rotarians and medical staff. And in addition to that, we did a legal clinic where some members of other Rotary clubs joined us, and we basically did a multifaceted kind of project with legal and agriculture, in addition to giving out mosquito nets to about 1,000 residents. Yes, service projects, in brief, the goals we set. One is the basic project we wanted to complete was the Daje school quarters. These have been there. I'll show you some of the progress, but this time we wanted to complete, and we have luckily been sort of sponsored by CCC to a worth of 50 million to see that this is completed. and we tend to start roofing this because it's a certain level. And we are grateful to the sponsorship to see that this has moved. In this quarter or so, we've had one camp which was successfully done between 24th and 26th September in partnership with a number of organizations. We had the Palemola coming on board. We had the National Drug Authority and SIAP. SIAP is Ssese Islands African AIDS program. They helped us do this, and it was amazing. We reached out to so many of our people who have been waiting for the lockdown for us to reach out to them. This is just one of the camps. We have 3 more to come, and surely, no, 2 more to come, and surely we will achieve that too. I thank all the partners who came on board to see that this is a success. In addition to that, we've already qualified for the global grants. We completed that process recently, and we are good to go with our projects, our global grants. The target is 5 global grants. In the past 3 years, on average, we've been having 5 global grants running at the same time. So this qualification allows us to add on more global grants, and there are more in the pipeline. As we speak now, okay, in this quarter, last quarter, we closed off 2 global grants, but there are 2 more running. So it's the onus is on us to add more so that we go back to our average 5 global grants per year, all running at the same time. However, we have about 10 concepts. We have about 10 concepts to become global grants. And with these members, we need to look out for partners so that these concepts become global. As a club, we can even do 10 global grants at the same time. So that's where we are at, qualification and the concepts being developed in the background to become global grants. Yes, other projects. Apparently, at the moment, we have 2 global grants running. One, actually 3, but one is in winding up the maternal, newborn, and child health. It's winding up with training, so VATs. We did this 2 weeks ago when we went to Ssese Islands, and it's still ongoing. This is in partnership with the Rotary Club of Middlesbrough. And secondly, we have the ultrasound services for mothers and newly born health. This is the initial stages of implementation. 2 weeks ago, 3, we went and did a survey of the areas of implementation, and it's about rollout. It's a very big project, basically to supply ultrasound. This is some of the machines that are never heard of in the Ssese Islands, and we hope this comes through to support in that area of health. But at the moment, the solar suitcase were installed, and both the ultrasound and the solar suitcase installations are in partnership with Rotary Club of Chiwatule, and we are grateful for the partnership. As I speak now, in Ssese Islands, the solar suitcase global grant is going on. They're winding up. The picture you see here is of a solar suitcase. It helps in delivery wards in case there is no power, but it has also other functions. So right now in Ssese Islands, what is happening is that there is a training going on. It should be ending today or tomorrow. And our own Jaja Ruth is there to represent us. This was a part of the training to follow up on that global grant of solar suitcase installation. We thank you, Rotary Club of Chiwatule, for partnering with us on this. And indeed, it's going so well. It's about to close, and we wind up this too. Yes, that's about the projects going on. Now, the projects we look out for at the moment, we are glad that this dental clinic you see here is going to be refurbished. And already we have got support from National Drug Authority, which will start right away. That pledge has been made. I want to tell you that this dental clinic was constructed by our club at a Healthy Center 4 in Ssese Islands in 2004 in memory of one of our aunts, the late wife to Rotarian Dale, OPP Dale. And we are glad that it's going to change. It's going to be refurbished. It's not going to look like this. And this is one of the achievements we've got in this quarter to see that this starts. In addition, we are glad, as I told you earlier, one of the fundraising we've got was the 50 million from CCCC. And we have agreed that this completes this staff quarters. At the moment, it's in this state, and we're going to roof it and close it. And this is part of the school we built in the islands, the early childhood school. But we agreed that we need staff quarters, and the school is there, but these are the staff quarters. And this will simplify the life of the teachers in that area. We are grateful to the partners in CCCC for offering us that to see that this is completed. Yes, that was the check they gave us. Right now, this ushers me into fundraising. This quarter, we received that check as a fundraising initiative. And this is going to see how we implement our plans. Now, with fundraising, we were challenged in this drive that we couldn't converge to do our usual fundraising drives. So we had to think out of the box and come up with a different strategy. And this time, the strategy was to fundraise through corporate partnerships. And I'm glad that a number of corporate partners have come in because we couldn't do certain things. We couldn't converge to fundraise. I want to report that we had planned a fundraiser of the mega fellowship in September. We had to put it off. But even with that, we are still trying to reach our target of 132 million shillings. And so far, I want to announce that we have achieved 13 in promise and pledges, but actually we've got 81 so far. And these are the companies that have brought in: Palemola Foundation, thank you very much. National Drug Authority, 10 million so far to our medical outreach, and 30 million will go to our dental clinic. CEAP brought in 2 million, which went to our medical outreach. And as I mentioned, 50 million is going to our Daje staff quarters. But I want to tell you also that members have brought their companies on board, and these are the ones here below. We had a drive where we asked members, if you have a company, can you make it a corporate company to support our programs? And one of them is Asifua International Academy, which is my employer. I brought it on, and so far it has supported to a tune of 1.125 million. This mostly to host this Zoom we are using, but this Zoom also has been helping other clubs, our baby clubs, the Rotary, and our club in Ssese Islands. But Asifua also has supported in transport. For example, we had the transportation contribution to our trip to Bulisa, and that can't be underestimated. We had the transport contribution to our trip in Ssese Islands, and we always quantify whatever a member brings on board, whether it's in kind or cash. Best Rates is a member company. It has pledged 1 million shillings. And this Best Rates is one of the forest bureaus found in Itinda. And it's one of the corporate partners which has come on board. Trinitel Financial Services, one of the members' company, also deals in financial services, but it has pledged 1 million. Chonkies has come on with 2.6 in kind by branding our people. As you saw all the pictures, that was Chonkies dressing us up. And like I said, out of the 113 so far collected or pledged, we have cashed in 81.6, which is a good thing. But the target is still 132. I hope the following quarters we can get there. In addition, one of the objectives was to invite organizations. Like I said, the strategy changed. We stopped going in for fundraising drives because we're not allowed to gather ourselves. So we reached out to corporate partners, especially through our cohorts. I will explain more about the cohorts. And they brought on these. So in the first quarter, we have achieved those companies. And I believe that more members are going to bring in more companies because it adds to our cohort awards. In addition, we are targeted to fundraise for our global grants. And one of the ways to fundraise for our global grants was to, if a member wants to match their contribution, then it's okay. And 2 members came out, including myself, to contribute the Vijana Power Global Grant to the tune of $1,000 US. Now, this is one of the strategies we had planned to use, and I'm glad that this global grant came up and we are able to match it. Those 2 members came out to match it. But there are other global grants we are trying to raise, so probably more members will come up and match their contributions to those global grants so that they come through. These are the companies that we are working with so far as corporate sponsors. I hope I've not left out any, but so far these are the ones that have done a great job. Oh, I see I've left out CCC, but I recognized that earlier. Yes, next is our TRF. Our TRF is at that. Those are our targets. So far, the foundation to the TRF, to the foundation is still lacking. We need more, but a number of members have promised to become PHFs. We have David, Barbara, Grace, Charles. These are becoming multiple PHFs, but Edna will be a first-time PHF. And I'm grateful to the people who have subscribed to this. And I pray that we'll achieve the rest of the TRF contribution or target. With Polio Plus, we are doing well so far in the first quarter, and I'm sure we're going to hit the target or even beyond, far beyond that. Club admin, this has been a busy docket, and I know this is the 15th fellowship, and they pledged to have for us to have inspiring and transformational fellowships, but unfortunately we didn't expect the lockdown, but still this docket has pulled it off. We've had really insightful speakers. We have had very good, informative guest speakers, and I'm glad that this has happened. But one of the targets was to use cohorts to manage our fellowship. To start with, the fellowship itself is managed by cohorts. Like I introduced earlier, that this fellowship this month is going to be Namugongo, and they're already at it. They invite speakers and they organize the fellowship, even when we are not meeting physically. And this takes a month. Every month, we have a cohort leading. We have only 5 cohorts. So far, we are good. And later on, I'll share the cohort results to see how we are doing in our cohorts. And thanks to the cohort heads, yes, we have been having these committee meetings, and I would say 70%. There are just a few directorates which are not meeting, and I believe they will catch up in the 3 months perfectly well, and 2 club assemblies against our plan of having 1 per quarter, but that's okay. Further to that, we everyone has a 40 now. A 40 is a friend of the year, for those who do not know. And I believe they are ready, or they have even started doing the 40 business, reaching out. This system helps us to reach out to everyone. I hope members here, you're reaching out to your 40s and engaging. Yeah, we have managed to update our website. We have a very new website this Rotary year, and it was one of our goals. In addition to that, we created an app where members log in and update their profile. However, we had created that app for physical. So the lockdown got us unaware. Now we are adjusting it to accommodate the online. But all the other areas are doing well. We have our Facebook page is very active. Twitter account is good. YouTube, the video I showed you is on our YouTube. You can look up for more YouTube videos up there. And also all our fellowships are on YouTube. Unlike this one, which is not streaming live, I forgot to make it live, but I will upload the video which is being recorded anyway. So all fellowships, if you say I missed the fellowship of Ssese, just go to YouTube, you'll find it there. Okay, and of course, in addition to keeping our documents online, we're also keeping them on our Google Drive because we have had a problem of archiving items and things. This is a way to go. Yes, the cohort system, as I told you, is a very vibrant system. We like it. Initially, buddy groups were not working because of the challenges of lockdown, but this sorted us out in a way that people in the same area converge and fellowship. They're right now following this fellowship, but they're in their residential. This we used when it was total lockdown. We couldn't move, but we could walk to our cohort areas and meet. Right now, as I speak, we have 5 areas meeting, 5 cohorts meeting at this moment. Here is just 2 examples of cohorts. These are previous pictures. This is on the left is the northern cohort, and on the right is Machindi, and of course other cohorts, including where I am. I'm meeting here with the 4 Rotarians, and we live in the same area, and this is our cohort. Yes, we have a cohort awards coming up soon, and the members have been working on this. Every activity is documented. Now, what we believe is that if each cohort did Rotary, and when I say Rotary, if each cohort did Rotary, I mean membership, admin, TRF, attendance, all these are being done in cohorts. By the way, it looks like these cohorts can already become clubs of their own. They have leadership, and they're good to go. I could right away say that we can produce 5 clubs right away. I want to thank the cohort leaders for doing this, and I'll show you the scorecard and how we are doing. You'll be amazed how you're doing. And it's now time to consolidate the 3 months. What are our scores? How are we going towards that trophy, that big trophy? You have small trophies in your cohorts, but we are going towards the big trophy. And you know that when all these trophies combine, they eventually give us the bigger trophy. It's all towards the good of Ssese as a whole. So cohorts, explore the areas where you are lacking. One thing I've noticed, as you will see, is that you're not reporting. Youth service, quickly. Like I said, we raised the $1,000 to the Vijana Poor. We're one of the clubs that are going to work with Vijana Poor. And this is going to be matched 3 times so that we use it to work with our youth. So soon, I was beginning to think that each cohort should come up with a youth group to support, and we give you this money. Such a good idea. Look out in your areas, identify a youth group, and we'll come to you, guided by Vijana Power. I know this is going to work. Still in our cohorts, we asked you to get 5 Raila potentials and send them there. In my cohort, we have already sponsored 3. Is your cohort coming up with the 5? I hope you got the youth service message that we have a deadline of 15 to see that we put this support together. Or, I mean the sponsorship. I hope I'm clear on this. Sponsor a Raila person so that you contribute to this cause. And I hope that you're on it. My cohort is already on it. Someone is here counting money, 150,000 to fulfill their pledge. Yes, we've been supporting our baby clubs. I don't know whether the president of Ndeje has logged in, but Ndeje has not come out yet. The installation is soon because you know what happened to the university Rotary groups, but they are happy that they are going to resume. But we have been very close with our Kampala-Ssese, supporting them with training and every other bit. We are grateful to associate with our youth clubs. Yes, PR, like I said earlier, we are using our social media platform very well. But in addition, our Rotary Showcase is rich and up to date with all the projects we have been doing. If you check it out, you will see the projects. Even the project we did in Ulisa is already up. We're going to upload the project of Ssese as soon as possible. And we are glad that all our projects are in the Rotary Showcase. And indeed, our PR is doing well. This was a news item on BBS about our Ssese outreach. I may not play it here, but you could look it out. Then our branding has been good. We got new work lips, which are very well branded. We've changed the color from yellow to blue, and this looks beautiful. And of course, like I said, we are branded and we looked nice in our DG welcoming t-shirts sponsored by Chonkies. We are grateful for that. This banner was flying high in Lake Albert, at the shores of Lake Albert, where we were doing the water safety and the fire safety drills. This, as you see it on the left. So our branding has really been good. We had an article in the New Vision about the Bulisa project, where we trained about 30 people on the islands, on the landing sites in water safety in partnership with the Uganda police. This article came out on a Saturday in Victoria, but there was another article on a Friday. So our PR has been good. Like I said, the BBS news beat and also NTV, which I've not got. I will share the link. We have got 45 members paid up for DISCON. DISCON, as you know, DISCON, we are in charge of Sergeant at Arms, and this we are doing with all our baby clubs. As you see them there, we are preparing to be there. We've booked, most of us have booked accommodation. I understand accommodation is running out, but I'm glad that we acted on that very quickly. I hope all the other baby clubs are on spot on this, because accommodation is really running out. And those who have not joined us, we are 45, slightly about 50%. We can make this better. I know some cohorts are already subscribed up to 60%. I request that other clubs, other cohorts catch up on this so that we have more members there because we are in charge of SAA. Yes, I want to thank you members for the bit we have so far done. It's just the first quarter and a lot is there to do. I pray that you stay the course, you continue working so hard. This is the board, but behind the board is the group of Rotarians, and have been very supportive. I want to thank you and appreciate every bit. Let's continue working. Later on, I'll show you the cohorts and how they are performing. I thank you. I will invite Grace, but before I invite Grace, I want to play you something so that you.
My name is Nelson Kabwama. I am a past president of the Rotary Club of Kampala-Ssese Islands. I joined Rotary in the year 2007. So I've been a Rotarian for 15 years now. When I joined the Rotary Club of Kampala-Ssese Islands, our major project activities were majorly medical outreaches in Ssese Islands, but also we are providing boreholes in Lira and Kabiramaido. In Ssese Islands, our activities, in as much as they are impactful, they were not very sustainable. So in the year 2015, the club changed focus to projects that are more impactful and sustainable. We started with building a health facilities, health center 2, which we handed over to the district, Kalanga district, for running in 2016, and also provided water. Thereafter, we moved to providing an early childhood school in Ssese Islands. We have provided water as well to the school and also to the community. And now we are moving into the last phase of the adoptive village, which is economic empowerment. We have participated as a club in more than 8 global grant projects worth over $500,000. The majority of these ones have benefited the Ssese Islands community. One has been done in Zambia, where we equipped the Rotary Cancer Ward in Zambia. Can develop many more global grant projects. Rotary is fun. It's fun to me. Yes, we give service, but also it's fun to me. It has helped me to get a new family. But also there is connection. I virtually know everybody in our district, but more importantly, it has given me life. I mean, we take away a Rotary from me, and then there is no life anymore.
Thank you. As part of the presentation and state of the club, we cannot miss the treasury. So I would like to invite Rotarian Grace to take us through the treasury. Grace, are you here?
I'm here, President. Thank you very much. President, are you going to broadcast for me, please?
In a moment. Yes, here we are.
Yeah, good evening, members. President, thank you for the opportunity. I'm glad to mention that you have already made my work easy. You explained everything that we have so far achieved. And therefore, my job here is not going to be for so long. I'm informing us that when we took over office, we've had 2.3 million shillings on the account and $40,000. And so we took it on. Dues, so far we have received the shilling component, 32,778,000 and $2,516 US. TRF, we have collected 690,000 and $2,021 US. Polio Plus, we have so far cashed in 4.748,200 shillings. And grants, I have schedules for these, but I don't think, President, you are able to broadcast them. The details that make up the figures that I'm reading to the members. Like you already mentioned, grants, we have so far received 73,600,000 and $1,399 US. I will need to mention the details of the grants for the benefit of members. We received 50 million from China Communications Construction towards Daje Early Childhood Project. And we received 12.6 million from Palemola Foundation towards medical outreaches. We also received 10 million from National Drug Authority contribution towards medical outreaches, and 1 million a refund from the Rotary Club of Kiwatuli for solar energy. And the US dollar component, which was supposed to be 1,400 US dollars, but it came in less $1 because of exchange rates, from Rotary Club of Brisbane International in Australia for Swim Safe project in Lake Albert. Total receipts so far in the 3 months, we have received 112,183,700 shillings and a US component of 5,936. Now I'll take us to the expenses. President, I'd like to mention that we have paid our semi-annual dues for RI for 3,864 and the Rotary District dues of 2,300. We had a number of expenses, including, I won't read this one verbatim, but I would mention the key payments. Basically, the salary and allowances for our admin, the outreach medicines, and the Lake Albert swimming project cost, which we handled earlier. And then the project visit in Ssese. We paid, so far we paid 40% for the reusable branded masks. We haven't paid the final payment. And we paid 5,500 US dollars for the VHT training on maternal and child health project. We paid out $1,000 for the Rotary Vijana Poa and $550 US funds for facilitating Kalangala ultrasound project site visit. Yeah, we've paid some stationery to buy payment vouchers. And the total cost so far is 17,368,575. And the US component, 13,365. I wish to note that the shilling amount is quite low and the dollar amount is higher, but this was caused by an interbank transfer from shillings because most people have paid their dues in shillings to make up the figures for the RI payment in US dollars for dues. And as we stand today, we have cash at bank as of today, 7th October. On our Uganda shillings account, we have 69,957,507. Those are shillings. And on the USD account, we have 2,386. We have on the ultrasound project, 19,410 US dollars. We have on the maternal and child health project, 15,676 US dollars. We have a literacy project, which was, and it has a little balance of $129, and the Bilharzia project has $86. So in total, President and members, we have 69,957,507 Uganda shillings, and US dollars, 37,688. I wish to submit. Representing from
Thank you.
due to public demand, Mr. President, I'm presenting right from here, Jikoni, the offices of the Northern Cohort.
So, Northern Cohort has our treasury. Are we safe?
You are very safe.
Yeah, thank you, Grace. Grace is our treasurer. And members, in the next 5 minutes, please allow me go through the cohort standings in just a few minutes. I appreciate everyone who has contributed to the cohort. And here we go. We need to look at this and understand where we are going after the first quarter. Now, hope you can see this. Yes, this is the blood of the club, and where you see red is something to work on. Now, the biggest problem we have here is that we are not capturing, we are not giving our statistics to the club admin. Dues. A number of people have paid dues and it's half dues. So there are few members who have completed their dues. That's why I've put red. You see red. Entebbe Road cohort, red. Kulambiro, not good enough. Machindye, Namugongo. Remember, this is not showing the people who have paid, but it's showing the people who have completed. This is not good because we are saying if we are to get awards in this area A, part A, it has to be 100%. So can we race to the finishing line? The first cohort to reach 100% will get the award in this case, and you know the scorecard. Secondly, the marks are in part B, the points. Cohorts that have maximized on this have got so much in the points by going to the TRF, Polio Plus. Every after a fellowship like this, collect TRF, collect Polio Plus. Do not wait for any other. my cohort, usually after here, they are going to collect. They have already started collecting because our cohort treasurer is here. We can't survive her. So if you look at the marks of these cohorts are coming so much. You see 4,000, 5,000 points in TRF. It's because someone gave to TRF. You will be surprised how your marks will go up if someone came up and gave maybe $1,000. So, but one thing I noticed is that in Entebbe cohort, you're not either collecting TRF or you're not reporting. That's why there is a red there. The same thing, you're not collecting Polio Plus. You last collected in July, that's why the red. Let's go to attendance. Attendance, we are not capturing statistics. Okay, you see the month of September, your statistics have not come in. I hope they'll come. I want to thank Rotary Club of brother, cohort Machinde and cohort Namugongo. You are spot on. Your statistics are spot on. Thank you so much. And the other cohorts, please follow. Okay. The other thing we need to note is that we are not capitalizing on the cohort hospitality. Cohort hospitality, nothing. It's only Machinde that has capitalized on cohort hospitality. So if you have a hospitality, please report. What is a hospitality? Is when you invite fellow Rotarians, maybe after a certain activity, and they end up in your home. That is a hospitality. Meeting in cohorts, the way we are now, is not hospitality, because none of those places is our homes. Then, on to Naivasha, the numbers have stagnated. You see, they are static. They are not improving. They're not increasing. So we could work on this. Let more members subscribe to Naivasha, on to Naivasha, so that we raise these points here. Now, when you see at the bottom, this is how we stand. Okay, given the fact that some statistics are not in, but this is how we stand. If these statistics come in tomorrow, this will change. You never know. The person who is at 1,000 may rise up to 7,000. It's never done yet. And the way I see is that it seems the celebration is going to be Naivasha because the winners might have to be the winners in the DISCON attendance or DISCON subscription. But you never know. Like I told you, it's not done yet. Someone may come here and they give $1,000 and they shoot up the points. So keep on keeping on. I want to thank you, the administrators of the cohorts, the members who have volunteered to take statistics, the members who have volunteered to be treasurers in the cohorts. Like I told you earlier, these cohorts can as well become clubs right away, and you will still perform. One thing I forgot to say is that none of you has done a project as cohorts. I know some people are working on needs assessment. I heard Namugongo is doing something to come up with a mega project. Tomorrow, Northern is traveling to a site to come up with a project. Kulambiro is looking at a certain project. Entebbe, I need to know what project you're looking at. Projects have a lot of points. They will accelerate your marks. So please, let's embrace the cohort scorecard, understand it, and achieve. Thank you. I would like to respond to a few questions. My CEO tells me that there's a question I need to respond to before I wind up, and I'll ask CEO to ask that question as we close in. Sergeant Ruja, I'd like to ask for 5 minutes.
Thank you, President. We have a question from Pipi Helen, and she's wondering how much is required for the completion and refurbishment of the dental clinic, as there was no amount mentioned in your presentation.
Okay, thank you, CEO. The dental clinic refurbishment requires about 105 million shillings. And the NDA has agreed to support that by contributing quarterly. We will follow that up as we engage them further. But any other support in this will be helpful. So I would like to request members to look out for more corporate partners so that we do all this. And I'd like to recognize a few people online. Please prepare to recognize your guests. I'll start with the Changemaker presidents here, as always, joined by our baby clubs, Dennis, Mehdi, and Emma, but also joined by Faminas, CMP Faminas, CMP Susan, CMP Mary, thank you for joining us. CP Anthony, always with us, thank you. And CMP Charity, thank you for joining us. I hope I've not left out any CMP, but we appreciate that you could join us. Guests, please, you could raise your hand. No, the sponsors or yes, Justine.
Thank you, President. We are honored to have our AG in-house, Rotarian Godfrey Kaitarama. He's with us here in Namgongo at the court. And our guest, Wanda, Council Wanda, is here also with us. These are not guests, but they are fellow Rotarians from Arasikira, Millicent, Elizabeth, and Juliet. Thank you very much, President.
Thank you.
And the members present, we have our baby Agnes, Omumbeja Julia, our chair Harriet, your advisor Salongo Lugalambi, and then my man.
Who is your man?
Bernard.
Okay, Bernard. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. AG, we appreciate you joining that cohort. I pray that we also get an AG or a PDG in the Kulambiro. PAG Sam Mukasa, I appreciate you joining us. I saw you somewhere. All our guests, Wanda, thank you for joining. Yes, Daido, your guest, please.
Thank you, President. He's in the food business and he used to import wheat flour under the company Natural Foods of Africa Limited. But he's also an agent of AIM Dynamics. They supply automation and monitoring solutions. He's been visiting us consistently for the past few months and he's very interested in Rotary.
Welcome, Moses. We appreciate that you could join us. Hope you can join the club as well. Chris?
President, in the chat there's an opportunity for us as a club from a guest of Safia in the name of Safia Narule Juko, and I think she works with the Equal Opportunities Commission. She's requesting for a club to partner with them. So it's something that we may need to follow up. Thank you.
Oh, Safia, that's our guest, I think. We'll definitely follow up. I hoped that Rotarian Ruth will introduce her, but she has dropped. Grace, please.
I dropped
yes.
my hand basically because Safia has been mentioned. That's why I dropped my hand. Yeah.
Okay. We appreciate the connection from a guest. Safia is going to join us soon, and she has been our regular guest. So Chris, please, we shall follow that up. We like all partnerships to enhance our work. Grace, please. Grace. Okay, before Grace, Mercy.
President?
Okay,
hello?
Yes, Dan.
I'm
Yes,
introducing Dr. Rafiki Robert, working with African Center for Treatment and Rehabilitation of Torture Victims, and also another Dr. Daniel Bagonza from the same organization. They are here with us, enjoying the northern cohort atmosphere.
Wow, amazing. Thank you, Dr. Rafik and Daniel. Thank you for joining us. Keep on coming. Return Fred.
President.
Yes, sir.
Got my guest here, Fatuma Namatovu, works with Andela. She's in HR and lives in Bonga. Medi Mayanja is also here with me. He supports Nottingham Forest. And then okay, a lawyer or counsel managing rugby.
Thank you, Fred.
Oh, and also with us,
Yes.
we have Anita from Kampala-Ssese and Cynthia from Kampala-Seven Hills.
Welcome, friends.
And Chantal,
welcome,
and
friends.
Irene, sorry, and PN Irene and Chantal also here.
From the cross from Entebbe.
Yes, President.
Welcome, friends. We appreciate that you could join a cohort, and we pray that you keep on joining us. I would like to introduce Lydia. Lydia is our guest, and we appreciate Lydia for visiting. I know soon you'll be a member.
President.
Fred, you had something else?
May I also introduce the cohort members that are here because they're not online? So
please.
It's difficult to realize. I have got my neighbor Deo. I've got, not I have got, they are here. There's Joy. There's Henry Moro. And Andrew Wamido. Chigumba, not the Stallion.
Andrew Toll.
Yes, that's us.
Okay. I see Ruth
online.
I see Ruth Retabe's guest. Only that they didn't name themselves. Is it Embassy of Ireland? We recognized you. Sorry, couldn't pick out your name, but we appreciate that you could join. Thank you for joining us. If there are no other guests, okay, I think there are no other guests. Thank you, members, for joining this fellowship, and we appreciate that you for the work you've done. That is your effort. We just keep on growing and doing amazing things. Please keep on pushing those areas that are lacking or are behind so that we are good at every area or every docket. And like I shared, the awards are there for grabs. We should get them. Justine, you have a hand? No. As we close, I would like to request Rotarian Moses from Rotary Club of Kira to give us the final toast. Moses, are you able to do that?
Thank you, President. Sorry, I was on the road, but I've wanted to stop somewhere